Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. I hope that you're doing really well. Today's video is part 2 of the wardrobe makeover. In the last video we built the base, we got the wardrobes on the wall, got all of our clothes in, lighting. Now everything is very functional but nothing looks very pretty. In order to do anything else we need to paint the ceiling. We're going to mix up a mist coat of paint which is half paint, half water, and that will allow the paint to really stick to the plaster. Then we'll go on with 100% emulsion. It's been a couple of days since we painted the ceiling and it looks really good, and now it's time to frame out the wardrobes using some 18mm MDF. This is the MDF that you want in order to match the door frames, the same thickness. I went to B&Q yesterday, I went with all of my cuts and got them cut to size in store. The only problem is the smallest cut they do is 15 centimeters, so if you need anything smaller you might need to get it cut at home. So I spent a bit of time yesterday doing that, and today is the day that we bang it all into place. I have just included 2 pieces of wood which have been brad nailed in the side using a nail gun. The nail gun I use is from Works and it's got me through a lot of projects, and I'm currently using 5.5cm brad nails, which is more than enough. I'm not using any wood glue or any adhesive in this project because I want to make my life more simple in the future if we do come to take these wardrobes down and move them onto a future home, whereas when you start to use wood glue and adhesives the project becomes a little bit more permanent. It's been a couple of hours now and everything is pretty much framed out, and to do the top part I actually just added some thicker pieces of wood. I'll leave the ones that I used linked down below for you in the description box. I secured those in place with a few screws that I countersunk underneath where the light sits so that you can't see them, and that's also helped to kind of bring the sunken top of the wardrobe right up so it feels like it's really secure and sturdy now. To make the most of this space I'm going to be creating my own shelves made from MDF, the same 18mm. I got everything cut down into size at B&Q, and I'm going to be securing them together again with some countersunk screws. So I'm going to create the base to lift it off the floor, put the whole box together and then slot it into place. I've made it slightly smaller, maybe about 3mm, 4mm smaller than it actually measures, just so that it's easy to slide in and out in case there is any wonkiness of the walls.
Usually I don't post, but I want the world to know. Drop tops out. Summer nights, it's a vibe, yeah. We've been keeping it in the house. Netflix and chillin', I GDM'in', yeah. Didn't wanna share my love till I found someone I'm sure of. Young and untamed, I've been out of range, keeping it low. But I wanna be bold with it. Don't care who we so at it. Well, baby, better hold on. Love it, go tonight. They'll be calling us gold. No lies, go rare with it. Let him stare at it. Now I'm prepared for it. Love fall out since we ain't going nowhere. So tonight, baby, need me. Timing's right, so right. Our romance to be can't deny. Love the things we do when it's just us two. But tonight, need me outside. I don't post.
Oh my god, that was so stressful. So note to self, if you're gonna build something as big and long as this set of shelves, make sure there are 0 obstacles in the way, the ceiling being one of them. This is how we're looking. I'm really happy with them. They feel very functional, they feel really secure, they're solid as a rock. They're not gonna be holding much, maybe like a couple of boxes of bits and bobs. Obviously because it's on show, I'm gonna want it to look pretty, so they're not gonna be overpacked. It has been a day figuring out and framing out the wardrobes, but we have made such good progress. I've gotten washed up, coming downstairs to make some food, and I want to say a big thank you to today's sponsor, HelloFresh. So HelloFresh is a meal kit delivery service that gets delivered right to your door. You don't have to do any of the thinking when it comes to what meals you're going to have for the week. Everything that you need for the meal is pre-portioned, so you have the perfect amount, which is great. You get these meal cards that come with each recipe for the week, which have a number which corresponds to the meal kit of your choices for the week. They also have pictures and really detailed descriptions of how to cook everything. So if you're not really confident in the kitchen, don't worry, they genuinely are so simple to follow, but they're not basic. Like, the meals always turn out so tasty, and you can get really creative and you can kind of test yourself. Everything's so convenient. It gets delivered to your door. You don't have to think about what you're going to cook for the week. And if you have visitors for the week, you can actually up the number of portions of meals that you're going to have, so you can account for them. Or if you're actually not going to be at home for the week, maybe you're on holiday away with work for a week, you can pause your subscription, which is really handy. They have different categories as well. So they have street food, family dinners, calorie conscious, quick meals, rapid meals, which take like 20 minutes. And they also have options for vegetarians too. I'm gonna leave my code on the screen for you now. You can get yourself 60% off your first box and 20% off your next 2 months worth of boxes, plus free gifts. I'm going to leave the discount linked directly in the description box for you as well, so you can click on that. It will take you directly to the website and it'll knock off all of your discount. And I'll leave a QR code on screen too, so if you're sat with your phone right now, just go on your camera, hover it over the QR code on the camera, click the link, and again it will take you directly. It will have my discount taken off, which is great. If you've never tried HelloFresh before, I do highly recommend use my discount code to get yourself some savings, that you can try it, see if you like it. But if not, you can cancel at any time. There's no commitments. But yeah, so let's make our steak and potatoes, because I'm starving and I want to go to bed because we've got a really busy day tomorrow too. Oh my god, look at this room. I'm so happy with how the wardrobes have turned out, but my gosh, has it been honestly one of the most the longest and also just one of the most stressful projects that I've ever done. So just a little recap, because I know that I kind of didn't really give updates towards the end when everything was coming together. I was kind of at a point where I was just like, I just need this done. Like I was waking up every day at 8:30 in the morning and I was working like a 12-hour solid shift, go to bed, wake up the next morning, trying to just crack it all out. Yeah, I didn't really give much of a talk over. So what we ended up doing was I've painted the walls all in a kind of neutrally warm colour. I don't actually love it. I'm going to end up painting the walls again at a different stage. The actual wardrobe colour as well, when I first put it on, I didn't like it. It came across really, really grey and I wanted a little bit of warmth. But once I put all of the layers on and put the handles on and stuff, it started to pull through that warmth. So I think it is really quite the perfect colour. These handles, you would not believe, are from Amazon and they were £4 each. I scoured the internet high and low, and there are some companies, I think there's one called like Corstal, there's Pucker Home handles and stuff. They do the most beautiful handles, and I have actually bought with them before, but they just were too expensive for this project for me because I needed 7 of them, and because of the length that I thought I wanted, they just were going to end up a little bit too pricey, and this room has already cost quite the leg and the arm. That's not the saying, Shannon. Quite a leg and an arm. Again, who knows? Again, we'll probably do a total cost breakdown for this video at some point, but it just was getting a little bit silly how much everything was. Again, with the panelling that I wanted to put on, and that was something that was a non-negotiable because I knew from the beginning I wanted panelling. I didn't know in what design I wanted. People typically go for the one that kind of halves itself across the door, so it just looks like one big panel, but I knew that I wanted them to look individual doors rather than like that, which meant even more wood, which was a greater cost. So we ended up spending like £200 on wood as well. So I really wanted to try and keep costs down as low as I possibly could with this project. I also added some new sockets and a new light switch to kind of match that feel. I really wanted to just add a lot of brass details throughout the rest of the house. That was also a learning curve, learning how to change a single socket plug into a double socket plug, which I'm really glad that I've learned how to do that. I also added coving to the top of the wardrobes. Now this is where I need your opinion. The coving is painted white and I thought that is how I wanted it to look. However, having painted our living room coving downstairs the same colour as the walls, and it kind of just elevated that look and brought the walls looking a little bit higher. I feel like I might end up doing that with this. I feel like the contrast of the white with the wardrobe door colours is just a little bit too harsh, and I think to make it look really super built in, I actually might just paint them the same colour as the wardrobes. What do you think? Didn't know if I wanted to go with carpet or hard flooring. I personally feel like hard flooring in a room like a dressing room and a makeup room, because this is where I'm going to be doing my makeup, would be better, but Rob is like, he wants carpet, he wants fluffiness under his feet, which I totally get, especially for the upstairs of the house. So we will be ending up getting some carpet. We had a fitter come and price us up and quote us, and he dropped off a couple of these carpets, and it's kind of up to us now just to kind of have a look and see what carpets would fit. I don't love these colours or these textures. I do want a kind of a deep pile carpet, but I also want it to be a little bit warmer than like silver grey colour. I want it to have a little bit of warmth, and I also like the kind of like boucle textured woven feel. I feel like that's a really like elevated, elegant look for a carpet. But yeah, we need to get that done soon because I can't actually make a start on the makeup island until we do that, because once this makeup island is put together, there is no getting out of this room. It will be too big to feed out of the door. So in order for the carpet fitter to have a easy enough job, I really need to get them in before doing the makeup island. Guys, these shelves are such a dramatic situation, I can't even explain to you. There was one day when I had framed out all of the wardrobes and I was just kind of beyond sick of everything, and then I built this shelf and I was like, Rob, come help me, this is the last part of the day, and then I'm gonna go get like ready and showered. So excited to just chill for the evening, and he helped me lift it. We tried to get it in and it wouldn't go, obviously, because we had this windowsill which was in the way of getting it in just flat against the wall, and then obviously when we lifted it up high enough it would hit the ceiling. So that was a whole thing, but eventually I made the decision to just cut underneath one of the shelves, cut it square, put half of it in and then put the other half on top, and you can't even see that it's been broken down. And I'm really, really proud of myself. For once I feel like I got my measurements so spot on that it fits so snugly towards the sides of the wall. There was like barely anything to caulk. Onto this side of the room we have got the gorgeous mirror that you would have seen in the last video. It does need to be mounted on the wall. I just need to think about what fixings I'm going to use for that, because I really need to make sure that that wall is going to hold this, because it is a very heavy mirror. I think it is solid wood on the outside outside, and obviously the mirror itself is going to be quite heavy. So I'm going to need some good sturdy plasterboard wall plugs for this. So that's going to end up being mounted. And then I ended up getting the shelf that I wanted as well. It finally came in stock and I managed to get it at the right time. And it's a beautiful kind of walnut oak colour as well. It's not as dark as the mirror, but we don't need it to be matchy-matchy. It's lovely, I love it. And again, this is going to be better for me to put things like small handbags on, candles, I've got my jewellery stand on there, some little pots and trinkets just to hold bits and bobs. And I've got a couple of baskets at the bottom as well. So that's all worked out. I'm really happy about that. So yeah, the only thing really now to do is I will be changing the wall colour. You probably can't see from this video, but the wall colour is just a little bit too warm. Against the grey of the wardrobe, it looks like it clashes. It needs to be a bit paler and a little bit more cool toned because it is a little bit too warm at the minute. And obviously I do need to get blinds. We're going to do the makeup island, but as far as it goes, I'm really happy with how the wardrobe room has turned out. I am beyond ecstatic. It's so lovely coming in here every single morning and getting ready, having somewhere for all of our clothes. I actually put on full outfits these days because before I would just grab what I could see. The next video on this will probably be when I do the major makeover of the makeup island. But as I said, we need to do the carpet first, so we'll catch that in a couple of vlogs going forward. But yeah, thanks so much for watching. Make sure you subscribe if you're not already. Hit the notification bell so you don't miss an upload from me. But that's it, my lovelies. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Take care, bye. Mwah. If you would like a more detailed video about like measurements, prices, things I wouldn't recommend with the IKEA PAX wardrobes going forward or not, what I would and wouldn't recommend, then let me know, because I'm more than happy to do that video because I feel like I know everything inside out by now.